Sharing. Let me know if you guys see it.
Yep, we see it.
All right. So if you guys just look today, we obviously created lower lows, like right, we broke this, but then they quickly reclaimed that, which was the imbalance. And a lot of people started shorting here on the bottom, especially when these candles started coming in. There was a lot of shorting going on, and then of course they ripped from there, and that's the history of it. But they did, the values shifted down, the POC shifted down. So this is a lowercase b, which we exploded from, right? So tomorrow, if we do get back inside this value area high, you want to be shorting below this node here. You don't want to be shorting anywhere here. At the moment, if you guys look here, what does this look like on 4 days? It looks like a 4-day balance, right? So if you grab this to the end, this is your levels that you're paying attention to right now. So you're inside the balance. You see them respected it. They reclaimed it, gave you a nice little retest. And now most likely they're headed, 45.27. I think that's going to be super important. So this is your 4-day POC here. So I'll make sure you guys have this on your charts. Let's see if I can get it. So we'll keep this there. And then, of course, the value area high and low, so which can be your first sig and second. Okay, let's see, what did they do? So the late spike that came in here, they're probably going to come back and retest this, which would be probably around 0810 or so. And then you can see if that level is going to give you anything here. And there is a little bit of a node there if you guys look. It's not a lot, but there is a tiny little node at that level here. So they probably might come in here 09, 10, protect this gap and go from there. Where would you guys turn bullish here? Anyone?
Above the 4-day POC.
I mean, you have your bias turn. You don't go all in above it, right?
No, just short little move up.
But there's a potential once you pop this, all of them agree that there's going to be a skinny belly in here. You see this, that they might kind of go here, might reject a little bit here at 31 and then proceed. But if you hop over 27, then, some of you guys ask, how do we play? How would I play this? Does anyone know? How would I play this if we pop over?
You probably want it to come back down and then go back up and retest and take it long.
Yeah, we need a retest, right? Whatever the time frame you're on. If you're going to go on this candle here, if we go long here, I want it to come back here in the vicinity of this area. It might not be perfect, 27.50. And then you can take this long and drive it to 40, which would be 13 points. And you should be done for the day if this happens, right? So, and right now, I mean, they're in a nice channel here all day. So now they consolidated, and this high, the close high here, I don't know if it matters, but 5 points there potential. I wouldn't be too worried about it at the moment, right? And then if you guys look on the bigger picture, right? So you consolidate it here. If I just remove all of this. So you consolidated here, you came back for a retest and you rejected that area. And if you look now, right, so this is the top of the previous value area. Probably make it somewhere around here. And look what we did here. You came and look where we bounced the first time. We dipped inside this time, right? We showed a little bit of weakness and we were back inside. If you're not able to kind of crack this, area and get back inside this value here, what does that tell you?
We'll go all the way back down to the previous low.
Yeah, you're most likely going to go to previous low. That means you're not finding any acceptance inside this area. Most likely we're going to head down, right? So that's something that I would watch for. I mean, you're still, in the bigger scheme of things, you're still inside this big range here, right? But when you break this range down, you're kind of outside of it, right? So if you think about it this way, now you see it, right? So you have a range here. This was imbalance, found the balance. Now you're building value, but you're building value lower than you were before. So, you know, if you look at 65 minutes, that's what I'm on now. You have a higher high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and now equal highs here. So we really need to take this out or this out, whatever your preference is. I prefer to take this out, come back and accept this value, and then you have potential to go to the top here, whatever that is, 46.34. So we really need, if you're scalping, you really need that 27 to be taken out. Okay. Any questions? Thank you.
Shorty, I came a little late, so you're saying break of the 27 is
Yeah.
where
You
you
turn
wouldn't,
your
you don't go
turn
short till then?
I would
Huh?
not look short. Because they've shown some signs here, right? So if you see, you know, they bounce back, late bounce. Tomorrow they have to hold this value area high. If they fail to hold this right here,
Mhm.
then it's a little bit troubling for them because this was a late spike. If you look at this came at almost 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And that's typically what they do to kill the shorts, right? They will squeeze them. Once they get out, then you can potentially dump. But I would look if they go above and they fail, you know, go above and look above, and it's called look above and fail. If they look above and fail, that's a pretty good, like you see here, they looked above, failed, even though that 4-day POC was probably not set here, but maybe it was. That's what we want here. If they fail, then we have an opportunity to play it. But ideally, if they lose this, you know, if you want to play this, I'll probably wait for 4505 below this node. I'll take that short and then probably drive it all the way here to this level. And then if that does not work, then you have this PD POC here that I would look to play. Because this is a B shape, and I think you're on a call today when I asked you guys if we break this POC, what does it mean on the B shape here? And they meant, you know,
Yep.
we're most likely going to go higher.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. I doubt that they're gonna hop over this, but let's see. We've seen it happen, right? I mean, if they want to really kill the puts, they hop, and then they could reject the 2 sig or 3 sig here. Yeah, there's a lot of support here. Yeah. I think we're gonna range here. Maybe, well, isn't it Thursday or Wednesday?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
And I'm talking about news. Yeah.
CPI
So
or the whatever.
so it's most likely gonna be a really tight day tomorrow, I would expect, honestly.
Wednesday says nothing scheduled. CPI is Thursday.
Yeah, so that probably won't do much.
They're gonna keep this tight tomorrow. I would expect, so if the range was here today, so you're talking about 42 to 81, 40 points, I would think it's gonna be 15 points less than that, so 25 points range.
The-
Just FYI. I would
The
not
prior
expect.
the prior 3 days, the POC was almost the same.
Yep.
The past 3 days,
Yeah. So if you look here,
which
it
is
was
almost the
this one.
same as the 4-day POC, really.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, of course, if you take 3
Yeah.
days average.
Yeah.
So I don't expect us to have a crazy run. If we do come to 40, between 40 and 46, it might not be a bad spot to look for a potential short, right? And I'll look at footprints tonight. When I get a moment, I gotta put the kids to bed. because I found him rolling in the backyard in the mud. So I will look in the footprint, see if there's any anomalies. But here it seems like it's pretty boxed in. If you guys look here, it doesn't seem like they're, you know, they have this liquidity here. And you see that they're really just kind of here now. And this should be, if you think about this, there should be a POC that they're rejecting. Yeah, right here, you see that? So if you want to scalp, if they break this, they could potentially run it here and clean up this liquidity here. I would think on 30 minutes, there's a failed auction here somewhere. Like 30 or maybe 29 should be a failed auction. You don't see much volume, of course, but this candle here, if we break this low, that might be a good short for a couple of points. I'm not going to play tonight. It's going to be dead.
Tomorrow
But a
might
lot
be
of
dead
people
too,
are.
huh?
Say it again.
And tomorrow's probably a dead.
I think it's going to be a really tight range tomorrow. But it might be one of those days where, you know, I'm just giving you a heads up where you don't trade a lot. It's better not to trade the days tomorrow unless they give us a range, right?
Yeah.
And you see here, I mean, I don't know how well this channel is. Maybe the bottom can be fixed a little bit, but the top one is pretty good. I'll probably go here, to be honest. This is anomalies. And you see here, we're coming up right there now. We're right here. So let's see if we break that 27, and that would be the ideal long, honestly. 27, you can catch this. I think we can, if we can catch this move here tomorrow, there's no reason not to call it literally immediately, call it day. Like there's no reason to push this if he can catch these points here. But let's see what they give us. Right now it's bullish, right? They're about this node. They have a skinny belly all the way to here. So I honestly think we're going to get this. And it depends where the volume is and profile, but this should have a decent support. You could even use this POC here as your stop loss for that. So it would look like something like this. If you play like this, give a few points. Man, this is a really good trade here, guys. If they give us this, this is what I would take. But otherwise, I would minimize the number of trades tomorrow. If you took a lot of trades today, I would literally keep it to 1 or 2 trades tomorrow. If it doesn't work, sign off and honestly go do something because I think it's going to be dead. Unless some news come out from somewhere else or some kind, yeah. But I don't think we're going to get much range. So this is interesting. They reclaimed the previous day low here, which was also the equal lows, if you guys see it. But this value area shifted a lot, even below this range. So same thing here. Let's see. This one is better suited here for 5-day. Oh, we just got inside.
Vroom, vroom.
Do we move or something?
No, I'm just sitting here thinking.
Okay.
Pedal to the metal, baby.
Don't take these drugs, guys. They're bad. Looks like they're gonna sweep this right here. This might not be a bad. Honestly, this short right here might not be bad at all. Well, let's see what they do.
How's it going, Shorty?
Hey man, I'm gonna
How are
lock
you?
this short here pretty good. I'm gonna watch this here tonight. See, maybe leave some orders there. Probably a rejection coming right here as well, because there's an order block right here. So if this is our structure law, what would this mean here?
Possible 80%.
Anyone? What is this?
SR flip.
Anyone else?
When outside the range, and if it regains the value area, the first six, you go to the 80%.
But what is this called when they do this? What is it? What would this be called?
V shape.
Breaker
A V
structure.
recovery.
Swing.
Spring.
Spring.
Yeah, it's definitely a spring, right? So, and what does the spring say when they do this? Where's the next target?
The top of the range.
Yeah, top of the range. So your first target now is CPOC. If they break it, your retest, your bias turns immediately bullish here if they reclaim this. And you would most likely target somewhere in between these two. And you have a VPOC here, so right here. A lot of people got smoked on these puts right here. Because this break of this big candle, everybody went short. So I think we have a bullish setup here. If we come back to this first sig, I would look to long this in this area here. I can get it to be somewhere around here. So about 50 or so. This might not be a bad long here if they come back, and it looks like they will now soon. How's 50? Yeah, they're gonna potentially come back here. They didn't sweep this yet, so be careful. But if they come back here, lose this POC, most likely they're gonna come back here, and you see this high volume node here that was built. They're able to take that over, so they might give you a retest somewhere here. 60. If they fail, let me know they want this. Okay. Somebody asked me, right? How do we play the entries, right? So let me go on AMD. I feel like AMD is our guinea pig. All right, so I'm just using AMD for example, right? So we're going here, right? And AMD is making what? Starts off lower highs, right? All the way at lower lows, lower highs. Something happens here that you should be aware of, right? Here, all of these are called break of structures here. So if you consider this the low, this is, the break of structure here happens, right? If you consider this to be the low here, also is a break of structure. You guys agree?
Yes.
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 Okay. If this is the low here, this is also the break of structure here. Okay. Where do I get the change of character?
Get a higher high.
Right on the top up there on the high. Higher high.
Higher
Okay,
high.
so in 3 minutes, the break of structure, I'm sorry, the change of character will happen somewhere around here. If you think about this level right here, this is the last high that you had right here. This would be your change of character, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you're able to fall, you know, you need to close above it, and then you want to look for demand somewhere. How do we find this entry? How would I find to go along here? All right. Well, let's cover multiple.
A fib.
If I use fibs, there it is. I mean, you have the 50%. If you're playing 50, you know, you can use the stop losses of 61, the golden pocket below it. Okay. If I use volume profile right here, and I don't extend it, what do I have here? Do I have anything that can help me in the entry, right? Just extend it a little bit so you guys can see it. It's not going to be the best nodes, but look what happens. You have a POC, you know, you have irregular P shape, right? So I grabbed a lot of data here. You can go from here. If you look, they came back. There's a little bit of volume node, value area low. Not the best entry to play off of volume profile, but it's there, right? And they reclaimed it quickly. And look what they did here, right off the 50. So you could have used the fibs here to get in. Another thing, you know, if you're paying attention to the candles, right, on 3 minutes, where was your entry? Anyone? I gave you fibs, you know, volume profile was not the best.
Is it 50% of the drop of that big long candle on the drop? Or,
This one here?
yeah.
Could, yeah. Is there any candle on the bullish side here that you guys would consider long?
You could do the start of that second run up or the bottom of that first run up. The
Pretty
initial.
much right where your cursor's at.
What about this
Oh, I
one
see.
here?
Right there at the 50%. Is that the 50%
I
right
didn't
there?
see. Yeah. Doji.
So if you break this, you know, gravestone doji, I mean, it would mean that you're somewhat bullish. And they came back and they didn't even break your stop loss, which you would set below this. You could take this long, right? Then you have, I would say, bullish engulfing here on this one. You could have taken that one on a break here and continued higher and put stop loss below here if that was your entry. Right, so you could have played it from here and you could have targeted this with a stop loss somewhere around here. And that would have been almost 3-to-1 trade, and that would have worked out. Right. So you want to see the change of character, right? And I'll go to SPY for a second. So here's SPY, and SPY, I guess we had a pretty good one. Where's the change of character here?
About 12:30.
1230?
Yeah, right about there.
This?
Around there, yeah.
Okay.
Once you start breaking above kind of like that line there.
I usually play, you know, the lowest break, right? So the way I play it is this would be, you could
12-ish.
use this, right? Somewhere around here. Didn't mean to do that. Say something like this. So, you know, we open, lower high, lower high, lower high. Here we put in a higher high, right? You could have played the retest of this, but then they also put a lower low here. So here you would have probably been stopped out, right? If you did consider this to be, and you know, you didn't even get I would say at least have a half of the candle close above it, right? Here you had a full candle close and then it came back, right? Here, I mean, would I consider this a clean break of structure? You tell me, right? I mean, you pop here and then immediately the next candle has a lower high. Right, so especially when you're breaking this, let it go a little bit higher and then look for a change of character. So here, if you took this one, right, if this is the considered change of character for us, it's lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So the breaking of this would change your behavior. That means you will have higher highs. So what does it do here? It goes, and where does it come back?
Comes to retest right
Bounces
there.
right there.
I mean, even if you don't use anything else, I don't have a single thing on my chart. You can take away this from me. And I took this trade today because I was at my son's doctor appointment. I took this buy here for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it came back nicely. You see the buying pressure was stepping in. If you're on 3 minutes, I was on 5. But look at this. They came in here, big candle, look, stopped in tracks immediately. And then the break here, and then they gave you even break on this one here. It came back and then drove it higher. And then ever since, higher
You understood
highs.
that's what I was talking about too.
Which
When I
break?
said 12:30.
Oh, this one? Oh, sorry. I thought
No,
I said
right
you
where
should
you're at.
change your character. Yeah. This is change of
Like,
character here.
okay.
Yeah.
But I was
1230s
thinking,
are retest long. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Right after the change of character, that's where I would have took it long.
Yep. And I mean, this, this happens a lot, guys. It happens. I mean, I don't know. Happens in all of the stocks, right? So here you have the opening high, they break it. I mean, this is a shit range. This is what I would say you don't trade this. I mean, look at this. Everything danced within a few points today. So this was a contract heating. Oh, that's pretty good. So here's some volatility here, right? So if you guys look, this is actually really good for volume profile. Anytime you have like a rotation like this, you want to get in the habit of immediately drawing the volume profile, and I'll show you why. And look here, see how the POC comes in, and we really never closed above it. It was a pretty biggie, deal here. They went popped, and look at this. Then they failed every single time they failed in the video here off of this accumulation. But at least they reclaimed previous day low. I guess that's good. So losing this tomorrow for 45 turns bloody for NVIDIA. They're most likely going to visit this fairly soon here. Structure. So this will be the internal structure for it now. Plus the gap.
I gotta check out.
Where's your play?
Right here, the play would be to see how we open, right? If I open above it and I fail, then I know what happened, right? They lost CPOC of 4 or 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would take that short. It depends how we open tomorrow. I can't make a decision right now if I want to trade this, right? We are closing below this, and then if you look at your 30 minutes SVP, I mean, you're in a perfectly distribution of a D shape, right? So if they decide to hop over this, they're most likely targeting the VPOC here. So I have to be careful tomorrow. The best thing they can do for me tomorrow is they hop, they fail, and then I take it short under. And these retests are not, some of you guys are still looking for perfection to a penny. Sometimes you will not get this to hit 440, 653. You know that, right? There's a little bit of a range that you're playing here. And that's kind of what I would play on it here. They go above, fail. If they come back, right, they fail. And if they don't put on a lower low, if they don't take this out, then should I trust this POC?
Yes.
If they do this tomorrow, should I trust this POC to short here? Anyone?
Nope.
No, if I want to trust this POC, what needs to happen? I needed to make a new low. I needed to take out this. We need to make a new lower low. We need to take out this if I want to trust this for a comeback right now. Right, and you see here, when they dumped from here, did we make a new low from here? Yeah, we made a bunch of new lows, right? Yeah, but took this guy out, took this one, took this one, took this one. So on a retest here, it might be a dump right out of the gate tomorrow morning. You might not even catch it. But ideally, the hop, look, fail, and then under. If we see that they're struggling in the morning, right? In the morning auction, if they're unable to reclaim it, like candles are looking like this, right? And we are below the POC already. Well, then might be, give them a second, give them 5-10 minutes, see what they do, and then look for a short opportunity. Because right now you're just boxed in again.
got a question on these plays. Shorty. Well,
Mhm.
you guys play options for these, right?
Yeah, I would play options.
Call puts, and then so what strike price do you aim for? Is it a price that you think it's gonna get to, or
Well, exactly. So if I see, let's say the VPOC is at 453 and today is Tuesday, right? You want to be closer a little bit in the money considering the half the week is gone. If I play 460s, right, and this is a 446, in 3 days it has to make $14 move. So realistically, when I play options, I look for delta to be 0.25 and higher. That's on the Greeks. I want it to be a little bit higher, especially middle of the week, right? Usually, you know, when Wednesday comes in, I would not swing any weekly options. I would only swing from Monday. That's my rule. And I would play them closer to the level. So probably play, I don't know if they're in increments of 1 or 5 on the video now. But let's say, you know, it was 452 in increments of 5. Here I'll play 450s, right? And some people say I can't afford 450s. Well, you should probably not play in the video, right? You should not judge, your wallet should not judge which options you play. You should, you know, if you're forcing to play a big board like in the video, you should have some cash on your account to afford closer in the money, right? Strikes.
yeah, makes sense. Thanks.
Usually 0.25 delta is what I look for on both
Got it.
sides, puts and calls. I don't usually go higher or lower. Like today, let me see what I played on SPY. So I played calls on SPY and I played 450 calls for August 10th. So, and I got those at 0.86. They closed at 153. So if I stayed in, I did not stay all the way in, but if I stayed in, that's close to 100%. So the timing was right? I wasn't too far out when SPY was there, right? So if you look, SPY was almost like here at 446, so $4, but I bought almost 3 days. Right. I know SPY can make, obviously made it, you know, today it finished almost, it went into the money, but it did it today, right? So you kind of think logically, what's the average range that it does? And, you know, is it suitable? You know, would I play 460 calls from here? I mean, what are the odds, right? They're not very high that we can make that run unless they do something crazy. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Shorty, could you take a look at PENN, PENN?
Oh, wow.
They just had earnings today.
I don't know. It seems like they're short covering. Somebody's going to sell it off tomorrow morning.
Well, they had a earnings. Yeah.
Wow. Well, somebody did sell it off here, but holy crap.
They had good earnings, I think, and then they're doing in
Is
conjunction with
this
somebody.
gaming?
Yeah. This is one of those gaming things. I think they're doing something with ESPN tie-in or something like that for gaming. But the wife got a few calls, so I'm just trying to figure out what we can expect
Near
from
or
this.
far?
She got far out calls, but I mean, we could take the money and run.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's definitely buying it, like buying it with both hands. Yeah, somebody's loading the truck on this. I wouldn't be surprised if Disney doesn't buy him.
I mean, it was ridiculously priced a few years ago.
COVID low of $4.
Where's your POC? 30?
30, 38.
Okay.
Yeah, they got to get above that. She says she bought time
They-
right now.
Yeah, she's got time with it. She got them. She's got 2250 calls.
Oh yeah. Well, see, my rule is,
And
if I'm
it
gonna
shot up, and
gamble on that,
I shorted it. I shorted it when it shot up to about 30 something, and then
Who
I bought it
cares?
back. And then I bought it back. You know, so we made about $600-700 on it.
oh, it's not bad. I mean,
But then she's still in the call, so I'm trying to figure, dump them as soon as we can, or is there something?
what time frame does she have? Like 3 months?
She's got I think she's got a leap.
Oh,
She got some serious time on it.
I mean, can she not sell the
She
next?
paid like $5 for them, and they're 2250s. Strike.
Yeah, I would just sell 35 calls if it was me. I would just sell the 35 calls. Like if you
Oh.
see them, I would just sell the 35 calls if I was to play that.
I see.
So
And
if
then
they
that'll
go
cut
down,
to cover the cost
yeah, I
of
would
it
just
dropping.
cover everything. If they drop it, they're eating away somebody's premium they bought the 35 calls. I mean,
And then
somebody's
otherwise she's got the run up for the spread of $12 or so.
she will have a
per.
cushion, yeah.
That's
I would
a
just
pretty
protect
good
it.
idea. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she could play it many ways, but that's usually how I would play it personally if I was in it. I would. But I would
Okay.
think that they're gonna, if I'm looking at this chart right here, if you just look at the structure here, they are above the structure high on this level. So reclaiming 28 most likely is gonna lead to 30 tomorrow.
Okay.
But there's a big buyer here. There's definitely a big buyer here somewhere.
Because I shorted in about 30.50 and bought back in the 26s.
Yeah.
Just the stock naked, shorting.
Yeah, there's a buyer
to
sitting
offset our
at
options.
26. That's what I would do. I'll probably sell. Yeah, I would sell, especially if the IV is high in the morning.
Uh-huh.
I would sell it to somebody. Unfortunately, hopefully, nobody from our Discord, but I would give them the stone.
Yeah, I just figured that the IV is going to be lower because it's after, right?
Yeah. But if you see volatility increases, just go and toss, and on the products you have the volatility. If you see that strike for that month going higher, I would look to sell it. Sell some calls on the increased IV.
Okay, that'll work.
I mean, that's typically how I would play these, but I don't do earnings that much. Yeah. What's the other one? ATVI. That's the one that caught my attention. Ooh. What in the world is this? Oh man, this is ready to crater a little bit. Well, I don't know. I take it back, man. They might even run this higher. Oof. They're at a shitty spot. Look at this buying here. No, Verizon is at a decent level. We talked about this level a few days back, I believe last Sunday. Look at this.
Yeah.
One of the big boys buying dividends. That's what this is. Some hedge fund came in and literally just scooped them all up, or a pension fund most likely. Because this volume hasn't been seen since when they sold off here. Look, just look. It hasn't been this high since when? Since 2014.
Yeah.
This is a good price level.
Hey, Tyson took a big hit too. That was one of those we
Oh,
were
I
watching.
saw
Did
that.
that fall below?
No, not yet. It's not there. Not there yet. Is it? Well, I don't know. Let me see if they had earnings.
They had earnings a couple days ago. They took a massive hit.
Yeah, no, we need
Oh
lower.
yeah, that's it. Okay.
I want to
I
check.
heard they closed 3 factories. I think
Yeah,
they
less
closed
people are buying chicken. I believe that.
Oh, they
Well, I
closed three
believe it.
times.
People during rough times and recession times, they switch to pork.
The pork's cheaper than chicken.
By pound, pork's cheaper than, but chicken is about $14 a pound now, at least where I live. So,
Wow.
yeah. Actually, pork is a substitute for meat when it's a recession time. Think
Mm.
about it, how long does it take to pump up some, the crap that you feed
Crap
to a
pig.
pig,
Yep.
you know?
They eat garbage.
Yeah, I mean, much easier to feed, in my opinion. I mean, it's not
The
hard to
other
feed
white
chicken,
meat.
but in quantities, they usually feed corn, and corn costs money.
Yep.
If you look at corn futures, watch this as well. Corn is about to bounce here. Oh shit. Corn is at support. Man, this is fun. Prepare for your fucking grocery bills. Yeah, so this is most likely gonna bounce here again.
Mm.
Yeah, this is gonna go. Man, things are about to get ugly, huh? Yeah, this is a big fight here. Big fight.
We could all lose a few pounds.
Yeah, I've been fasting now 10 days or some shit.
Oh, look at
Losing
the
everything.
volume there.
I love this.
Is that UNG?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been adding that. Yeah.
I think my kids will retire on this. Yeah, this is gonna look good. I like seeing this when they're selling off. They're not really selling here. The bullish engulfing here. That was your stopping volume. Look at the stopping volume on the monthly here.
Yeah. They're loading up.
Oh, they're buying this. I think there's a bigger war looming and they're preparing for it. Yeah, I have a lot for my kiddos. I've been buying this. So every month I put in between $2,000-3,000 for each kid, just to kind of secure them into stuff, right? But this looks pretty good. Is it TMR that we have or TRM?
Shorty, are you looking to adopt another child?
You gotta do chores, man.
That's fine.
He's like, I'll do whatever. This looks also good. My average is here on TLT. I have some. I don't mind playing this. This does not look bad.
That's the non-leverage one, right?
Yeah, non-leverage.
Yeah.
I have some leveraged one that you brought up last time.
Yeah.
TT something.
EMF.
TTM or something like that. I
TMF.
forget. TM, yeah, something like that.
My average is higher though.
Yeah.
Probably like 20% down here. A little bit more. I'm at 9.
Amazingly low.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I just put some. And the only one I'm pissed is this one.
But that's not going to go up till they start cutting rates, right?
Yeah, that's great. I'm so upset about this. I knew it was gonna do this, but let's see. They're buying
Oh,
it.
Intel? Yeah. Thank God.
Upset.
I have a shitload of that.
I wanted it. I missed it, but man, I'm pretty upset on this.
No, but I have it much higher. We had it higher as because it used to pay a nice dividend.
Oh yeah, it's a good. I mean, I think they'll bounce back, man. They're not gonna let this go. Boeing is in a good level.
To short
It's actually a good level
or
to
long?
buy.
Oh,
They're gonna retest this key level here, potentially at 220. I mean, it's pretty high, but I just don't like it because of the news. One tweet and this thing is gone. Wow, GE's here. Wow.
I remember. I picked that up for my son for like $98
Oh man,
when,
this
during
is
COVID, I think it was. Something like that.
yeah, I mean, this is
Oh no, this is GE. Never mind. This is something else.
Oxy. Yeah, I have Oxy. I have a lot of Oxy now too. To me, this looks. I know I don't play bull flags, but it does a little normal bull flag. It hasn't taken the high here, but it's pretty good volume. This is where I got it. I got it a little bit cheaper than 57. I think 55 is somewhere around here. I got it. Ideally, I wouldn't mind getting it here, but that's not going to happen soon. I think we're going to be in a war by end of November. Okay. What else? If you guys have any stocks, I don't mind looking at them.
ARR.
ARR. This right?
No.
Yeah, the first one.
Wow. What's wrong with this company?
No, nothing. It's just a REIT that I was kind of looking at for its dividends. I also noticed on the 2022 value area high for the year, it's currently below.
Did they get like, are they close to bankruptcy or something? Like, what's going on?
I haven't done enough research to really dig in on whether it's a long-term investment opportunity, but the volume is what caught my eye on the monthly.
Yeah, I mean, somebody bought it here a lot. Right at 5, but somebody again sold off here, but it didn't. You see how much volume came in, but the body was not that high.
Yeah, that was according to cooling. That's where I saw the interest.
Yeah, this is an interesting level. I mean, the break here, you really need a 550 break, and then it runs. Have they skipped any dividends? Maybe.
Not that I'm aware of. I know that there was a drop, like maybe in 2020 or 2021, while everyone was dropping their dividends.
Yeah, they used to pay a lot more. Well, I mean, not a big drop. I mean, 20% is not bad. I'm watching for shares, but it's not at my level yet. This is a really good dividend stock, so it's just not nowhere close to where I want to buy it.
Did you check out Pfizer?
Yeah, FIS.
I think it's PZ.
Oh,
Sorry.
PFE, Pfizer,
Yeah.
like
Pfizer. Yeah.
sorry, I know there's Pfizer. I have Pfizer. Look at the sell-off. Time for COVID. Yeah, I mean, once they pop here, 36.40, I think we'll get a nice little bounce to 50s. This is a big level here. Right at the value area high of this. Consolidation, yeah, it's not bad. 35 is good. I have to check what's my average. If it comes back to this 32, I'll definitely buy some swings too. This would be really good swing entry here, 32. If they drop to 28, I bet you we get new COVID.
I think I got an average of around 37.
Yeah, I think mine is, I'll check right now. I think it's there. See. %3 today on my large account, and I didn't do anything. Uh, 35, no, sorry. 36.27 for me. So not too bad. Okay, all right. Well, all right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. That should be up. Ready to go.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Shorty.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Shorty.
Shorty.